And we're back. I keep thinking, why do I say things as if anyone's actually waiting or listening or anything like that? No one's watching this, but I feel like I should make this a habit. Like, this should be a habit. And I want it to be a habit. Because maybe one day, people will want to listen. It would be lovely if there would be more people watching me daily as well, so... Can't have everything, can I? Can't have everything. We'll see. Right now, honestly speaking, more than having viewers, I would prefer if my company paid me back my money properly, so I could use it for a trip to Japan. Because if they pay me fucking like 5-6k, I'm going to Japan for a trip. God, 11 days, I need to buy a new one. That's today! That's today! Oh my god! I forgot! And I was checking that yesterday, being like, oh, tomorrow's the event, and like... Let's go, let's see what all of this will be. I'm still upset about the fact that this sword requires materials from fucking Inazuma. Like, what's the point? Why does it need materials from Inazuma? Hey, dude. Aw, little birdies. This is so annoying. Yes, very annoying. Doesn't this just mean that Lady Farina will sit at the judge's table? Exactly.
Sit at judge's table? What does that mean?
Oh my, we have guests. Judging from your clothes, you must be Outlanders, yes? In that case, it's quite expected that you might not understand our local lingo. Allow me to put it in this way. Who should sit at the judge's table? The justice, of course. And who is our chief justice? Monsieur Neuvillette, naturally. Oh my, well then why is our dear Hydro Archon sitting in the Monsieur Neuvillette's chair? Come on, tell me, what would the poor people being judged think of that? If it were me, I would have feel cheated. Our Hydro Archon knows nothing about being a judge. God of Justice knows nothing about being a judge of justice. You know what makes sense.
Well, it does seem like they wouldn't be getting getting what was advertised.
Exactly, trial will be not as advertised, precisely as you say.
So it does mean that Paimon thought it did. Wait, are you sure it's okay for you to make fun of your god like that?
Oh, of course, our Archon loves such jokes. Why, if these words reached her ears, she would tie me to a stone and have me hurled in a deep lake, watching enthusiastically from the sidelines the entire time. But, dear guests, do not grieve yet, for our good Arbon is ever so flightly with his words that even a milestone could not sink him. And our Archon would say, it's a miracle, such a romantic ending, while applauding most loudly. In fact, she might even shed a tear or two. Aye, and she may even bestow upon me a model of romantic Fodane medal.
Paimon's not sure what to say here.
In any case, let's get to business. May I ask why you have come to our humble store? Speaking of which, Arbor, don't you think our guests look like the famous adventurers the boss told us about previously? Huh? Quite so. One of the hair like burnished gold and the other like shining silver. Alright, might the two of you be Miss Bread and Miss Paimon?
You know us?
The boss was talking about the Adventurers Guild, around the Adventurers Guild, about adventurers active in Fontaine, and ended up being told about the two of you. What is actually a pretty formidable team.
Well, Miss Bread, looks like we're getting more famous by the day.
It's all thanks to you, Paimon.
Haven't you been growing a silver tongue lately? Alright, and for that, Paimon shall always share her fortune with you. Well then, what would your boss like from us?
Well, unfortunately, he's not in the store right now, so allow us to tell you in his stead. Just a few words, not to worry. To be brief, our boss would like your help collecting data for his Champion Duelist plan.
Champion Duelist plan?
It is a plan to use Champion Duelist as the main characters, the development centerpiece and the focus of our advertising for a new line of Clockwork toys. Ah, right, that's our business, by the way, Clockwork toys. Also, have the two of you heard of Champion Duelists? I have. Don't worry, continue. Our boss believes it to be an excellent cultural institution of Fontaine. As such, toys of this kind may yet sell very well indeed. And if they do get popular outside the country, we can also win honor for our nation. Two birds with one stone, I say. I can see Lady Farina herself pinning medals on her chests.
Oh, okay, so that's the situation, huh? But if you're making the toy champion duelist, what do you need us adventurers for?
Well, you can't develop anything without data. And the strength of the champion duelist is honed in all manners of perilous places. Getting data on them isn't easy. But when we heard that the more impressive adventurers do similar things, we thought, why not get adventurers to help us instead?
Ah, Paimon kinda gets it now. You're gonna use adventurers to get the data you need for your line of toy champion duelists, is that it?
Well, no, it's not quite that serious. It's more like replacing a Romaritin flower with a mallow tree. Or, a wooden pillar with a stone one.
Gah, doesn't all this make more or less the same thing? That's why you two were talking about from the start, and we heard it all.
We were talking about Le Pateur Horlogerie, the watchmaker next door. They're way worse than we are, trust me. They call themselves a watchmaker, but they make toys on the sly. Now that's just completely absurd, isn't it? Indeed, terribly so.
A watchmaker that sells toys?
Exactly, and is that not reprehensible? Come on. Come, tell me, what do you like most in this world?
What Paimon likes most in this world? Well, it's her buddy Bread, of course.
Aww. In that case, if there was a bread puppet store somewhere that she traveled from afar to see, only to find that it did not sell bread puppets at all, but instead stocked anything but a ton of Arbon puppets, would you not be angered at this betrayal of your expectations? Wouldn't you not cry and scream? Would you not send the boss of that store flying with a single punch for denying you the purchase of your dear companion? Sorry. Why, I'd be furious. I'd punch the store owner straight into the cell in the fortress of Meripede. The fortress. Seriously, who'd buy Arbon puppets anyway?
Well, now that you say so, it would be kinda annoying. What do we do, Bread? It would be terrible if puppets of you were to go out of stock. Huh? And they almost got Paimon there too.
Oh, come on. We were just making analogies. And you know what they say. There is no such a thing as a perfect analogy. And while the things we described do happen, after all, you will not find barely conscious in Conch Medellin, will you? Uh, Precisely, and such thing will only increase in frequency until the day comes when watchmakers stop making watches altogether. But we shall not forgive them, oh no, unless they change their name to Le Petit Toy Makers. And there you go, there both go again.
You two really love spouting nonsense, don't you? The more you talk to the further off topic we get. The further off topic we get. So let's just have it now. What do you need us to do?
Well, actually, we do have one request to make before that. Could you two go to Le Petit Horlogerie next door and do a little investigation there? Watchmaking is their main trade, but their latest toys have become so popular that they're stealing our customers. We heard that the store owner gained inspiration for those toys in Mondstadt, and we were curious about what they might be. Alberi. For all you know, it might be some alchemy-powered toy that gives off a scent 4 times as sweet as Sunsetia. You know, our friend made that scent, which they used to ensnare people. Well, I've heard that there's an alchemist in Moscow who can do that anyway. Yeah, I know her. It's Sucrose.
Quadruple sweetness and Setia, wouldn't that be?
Yeah, Sucrose. As such, could you please help us check it out, dear guests? Our boss is quite concerned about this matter. Oh, come on now, dear guest. We have a reputation to maintain as business people. We can't just walk over there willy-nilly. Exactly. It's for the sake of our reputation. And it's one reputation, not one's all. For my part, I must go to our boss of your arrival, so please lend us your aid in this matter.
To be honest, Brett, Paimon's pretty curious. What would toys that take inspiration from us look like? Would they really have something to do with alchemy? Let's just go have a look, shall we?
Thank you so much. In that case, we shall wait for news from you here. Okay, I kinda love these. They're fucking dorky, I kinda love them. Oh. So the Clockwork store is also the alchemist. Okay. Hello dear customers, I'm Karen, the owner of this shop. What can I do for you?
Hey there, boss. We heard that you've come up with an awesome toy, so we'd like to know more about it.
Of course you can. Still, my elder brother sent you here to seek out information, didn't he?
You were the brother? Wait, actually, how did you know what we were here for?
Oh, I just saw you walking from the Clockwork shop, out from the Clockwork shop. Wait! Wait! They're a Clockwork shop too? Fucking... That's all. My brother owns that shop and I know him, and what he'd do. That's right up his alley.
Exposed before we could even get started. We should have prepared more before coming over. How are we supposed to know what that you're brothers? Now this isn't just a matter of corporate competition, is it? It's brother against brother.
Mind your language, please.
Sorry, boss. Paimon's brain gears got stuck there for a minute.
Don't worry. Even the best made toys have components that will get stuck at some point. It's the same with people. You need to take good care of them. Besides, I don't think you're wrong about how my brother sees our relationship. Regardless, I won't take up more of your time than needed. Let me talk to you about these toys instead.
Are you sure this is okay? We're supposed to be secretly gathering intel.
Such interesting things you say, dear customer. Our store's real bread and butter is clocks, which we make using techniques handed down from generation to generation. Toys are just my personal hobby. They bring happiness to people, so if I let more people know about them, is it not the same as spreading happiness?
Whoa, that's such a nice way of thinking about this.
My brother would probably say that this line of thinking is too unadventurous. But that aside, why don't you have a look at the toy? I hope you'll like it. I hear that you get inspiration from Mondstadt. Indeed. I've liked the place since I was little, and when I went there recently, it was indeed a rewarding experience for me. I incorporated the story of an adventurer I met there into the toy. But don't set your expectations too high, alright? In the end, it's just a simple clockwork device.
An adventure? So it's not a product of alchemy then?
An alchemical toy? That sounds interesting. But this adventure made quite an impression. If there is time, I'll tell you his story. Would you like to try the toy out now? There's nothing quite like experiencing it for yourself.
We'd love to, but they're still waiting for us to reply on the other end. We should get there first. We should get here first, bread, and then come right back. Paimon really wants to try this adventure with her right away.
Alright then. Remember, you're always welcome here. Purple guy. Our boss, our two guests have returned. The two of you are quick indeed. As expected of people recommended by Adventurers Guild. I'm Lever, the owner of this shop. Welcome.
Hi there, boss. So you encountered the brothers. We didn't know about that, and he saw through us right away.
Seriously, Albert? You didn't tell them something this important? Seriously, Arbon? Didn't we agree that you'd tell them if you're gonna cut anyone's salary, boss, cut his?
Hey, are you two brothers too?
What? Don't call this guy my brother. So, what you mean? What you mean to say is that that the mission is bust? You didn't find anything?
Well, no. Karen is a really nice guy, and he didn't mind even, and though he knew about us, he even told us that we could try the toy out anytime.
That guy. So is that toy alchemy powered? No, it's an adventurous toy. So those things are so corny. Didn't he say that he incorporated some adventurous story into it or something?
That's right. How did you know? Did you already investigate the matter or something?
I just know him all too well. He always puts something sentimental into his stories without caring about the market situation. If you ask me, adventurous stories are long out of fashion. And his shop is very popular, isn't it? That's just ordinary market fluctuation. Once our champion duelist lineup takes the stage, we'll have him beat easy.
But those aren't real champions duelists. They're the result of us out of fashion adventurers play acting.
What do the two of you know? This is what we call packaging. It's standard practice on the market, and no one cares how exactly you do it. We're just going to get the data and put it in some popular toy prototypes, and claim that it's a story about the growth of a champion duelist, and that'll do the trick just fine.
Really? That's it? Paimon feels like you'd definitely be a problem this way.
It's fine if the story has issues. It's all about the gimmick. What would you think if I told you that Arben and Albert are in fact ultra-realistic, ultra-high quality puppets based on the theme of double act?
What? They're puppets? Can puppets look so real?
Oh, of course they can. That's the power of double act. Tricks can be seem very real indeed. See that? That's the power of packaging. Even a gimmick can, when presented the right way, generate interest.
So it was just a trick. You cheater. You couldn't do be more different from your brother.
Well, that's his problem for not staying in his clockwork lane. If he wants to stick his nose in the toy making business, it's my duty as older brother to show him what's what. Quite a damn. None more convincing than a merchant, I see. Thanks for the compliment. In that case, eyes up you two. The data collection will be run by Arben and Albert.
Well, we're just gonna turn a blind eye to your brother conflict. Just don't skim on our payment.
Hello, my name is Armand.
You seem kinda nervous.
Sorry, I get like this when there's too many people around.
No worries, no worries. You don't have to rush. We're just here to try out the toy.
Oh, sure. I have prepared a handbook for you.
Oh, that's so nice of you, Armand. We'll read it carefully for sure.
It's alright if you don't read it. It's very simple and fun. Do you want to try? Why am I trying so hard? Because it's fun, that's why. Thanks, I'll give it a go. I hope you enjoy yourself. Oh, sick. Let's go. Start challenge. Look at Benny. Oh. That's Mondstadt music. It's Bennett beating Pyro Slimes. Pyro Slimes would be the hardest for him to beat. He's a Pyro character after all. Hey yo. Oh, I didn't like the next one. Sad. I wanted him to talk to me. Ooh, that's a whole quest. Oh, okay, so one will be fighting, one will be swimming. May fortune smile on you. And you get a Bennett. Honestly speaking, right now the crowns are the least of my worries. So I want them 100 primos. Oh, actually, don't I need this? I do need this. Give me these. That worked out. Yo, 24 days on this one? Okay. Oh. Speak to the dude. Oh, wait. Don't I need... Actually, yeah, let's give her that one. Oh, yeah, I was holding back on these because I wanted to ascend her. Alright. Alright, that was a thing. Talents. I'm using mostly this. Oh, I don't... Fuck. Okay, we'll kill some fish.
Surprise!
Let's go. I wanna do the thing. No, it's cool. Go to challenge. Oi.
What you got? Our bond is strong.
Oh, this blocks my heal?
Speed of light. Cut to the chase. You're open. Water jet. Lightning. Over here.
I wanna see that in action.
Don't blink.
It does move slower and lasts for longer, so it immediately is better from the sea. So if you can, get the sea ASAP.
I'll settle this. Stand with me. With sword comes shadow. Hey! Let the magic be. Ha! Wipe out! Water jet! Our bond is strong. Cut to the chase. Speed of light. Huh? Step on up. Incoming. Hey! With sword comes shadow. Speed of light. Huh? No, I'm mad. Surprise! Don't blink. Bombs away!
I'm at loss for words.
Dissipate. Lightning purified. Go! Incoming. Hey, cut to the chase. Be amazed.
I'm at a genuine loss for words. That's just a fucking. That's so cool.
Stand with me.
That is so cool. What right do you have to be this cool?
Dissipate. Go! Wipe out! I'll settle this. Don't blink.
Okay, I genuinely thought that the ultimate was also doing the thingy with positive energy.
Speed of light. Our bond is strong. Incoming.
Okay, I wanna check something. Will this do more or less? Oh, dick.
Water jet.
I feel like it did about the same.
Speed of light.
I feel like it did about the same. Oh, there is more? Okay. Wait. Yeah, this way. Okay, I feel like I should change teams. Since Bennett is involved.
Adventure time. More speed. More speed. Illusion shattered. Final warning. Rack and ruin.
Jesus.
Touche. I condemn you. There is no escape. Engaging. Teamwork is dreamwork. Crush. Rack and ruin. Flood of
Fuck. Completely wasted.
Down. Let's keep going, team. I condemn you. There is no escape. Eye for an eye. Providing cover. More speed.
What's the level of these? Yeah, so apparently grass in different places has different level. Pretty crazy to think about that. Where's the last one? Next to this. Let's go. Happy event day.
I condemn you. Shine down. Engaging. Rack and riddle. Final warning. There is no escape. Eye for an eye. Vengeance will be mine. More speed.
You survived that. Bennett!
Light it up.
Mika!
Providing cover fire.
Oh. Bennett!
I condemn you.
We spinned at each other. We spinned at each other. Okay. I think that was that for this part. This will be tomorrow. And this will be in 3 days. Well, not tomorrow, after tomorrow. Oh, do I have to do the world quest first? That's kind of lame. You're making me do world quest before I can do the event? Wait. Torrential turbulence charge. I thought for a second it said torrential tribute. Did it say world quest? Complete world quest Aquarius tide marks to begin this event. God damn it.
Aristocrats share the same cultural heritage.
Let's talk to you, my man Virgil. I must say, the weather today is simply wonderful. You're quite a beautiful young lady. Virgil at your service.
A pleasure. Paimon's Paimon, and it's at your service too.
Ah, such elegant names. Welcome to the court of Fontaine. It is truly an honor to meet the two of you.
Paimon can't stand much more of this.
How did you know we're not from Fontaine? With a glance, it's obvious that you're uncivil.
Uh-huh.
That you're unsatisfied with being bathed in the soft light of the city, but feel the call of the wild, which will never be illuminated by the bright city lights. Yes, just like the heroes in the opera. But he was about to call me uncivilized. Dude, I'ma wreck his fucking Sunday.
Yeah, that's totally true. But it's an adventurer too. That's Rabbit's ask and all that jazz.
I knew it. Those of the Adventurers Guild are all beggarly.
Beggarly?
Courageous warriors, beginning with all their heart to unlock the deepest mysteries of the world. They wake with their eyes to the stars above and sleep with their backs to the abyss below. Where there is an unknown domain, there is an adventurer who simply must explore it. Bravery bursting beyond the brim. I could not help but notice how your gaze is focused on many things. Perhaps you wish to study our sublime arts, our intricate clockwork mecha, or our advanced civic culture. Man, it's okay, I guess. Man, it's okay, I guess. It's not Mondstadt. Oh, can you imagine? Ah, truly, the decorations adoring your magnificent city are sublime. Ah, clockwork mechas are exquisitely and intricately designed. Ah, the civic culture of your citizens is simply divine. Meh, it's okay, I guess.
Amazing. Paimon didn't even notice the decorations, but Paimon did notice that Fontaine has a ton of delicious foods that she's never seen anywhere else.
Not bad, is it? We have a long and glorious tradition of gourmet culture in Fontaine. Naturally, the two of you must often take your meals in the great outdoors, and thus are unfortunately limited to your abilities to sample the breadth of Fontaine's suburb cuisine, unable to experience the luxurious richness that is a leisurely afternoon tea with few pastries. I've had more of a chance to sample cuisine than you'd think. I'm listening. Most excellent, my two exceptional friends. Have you heard of the Lily Cruise treasure?
Nope, haven't heard of it.
Then please allow me to explain. This is a legend of a lost treasure that has been passed down in Fontaine for centuries. Once there was a secret society called Lily Cruise Forum that was able to attract a great many of the rich and influential. They humbly called themselves a forum. Their actual plan was to overthrow Fontaine itself. In the end, their conspiracy was exposed, and the distinguished members of the forum engaged in a thrilling battle with the Maison guards, but were ultimately defeated in a climactic showdown. However, my dear friends, you must know that they were once the richest and most famous of all Fontaine, and they must have gathered a tremendous amount of wealth.
Yeah, they definitely did, and they must have a huge treasure vault somewhere. And when you open it, whoa! It's overflowing with nothing but gold, shining like the sun.
Correct. They wish to overthrow our beautiful Fontaine, and to do so they must have amassed a fortune so vast that they could literally be said to have more money than Morax. However, this wealth was never found.
So that means that as long as we can find this little girl's treasure, we'll also be filthy rich.
Excellent deduction, my dear Paimon. With that fortune and control of the synth... Anyway, after a lengthy investigation, I have discovered the location of Lilicaris Forum's headquarters. It can be found amidst the underwater ruins outside the city.
Really?
What do you think, my dear Paimon? Bread, I hereby sincerely extend an invitation to both of you to become my partners and dive beneath the waves to search for the lost treasure.
Even though Fontaine water is different from elsewhere, Pam can never forget how she was drowning before being rescued by you.
Never fear, I am here.
Yeah, you'll save Paimon again for sure.
If that's settled, please allow me to prepare divine equipment for the two of you. I should have the correct size. There's no need. Ah, yes, I remember. Vision holders may dive literally in our orders. But if it's you, dear Bread, oh, of course, I do not doubt your abilities. Bread is a famed adventurer and must be very aware of her limits. But it just so happens that I do not share the same capabilities, so I'll have to rely on our homegrown technology to keep myself alive. But that, be that as it may, shall we begin? Lead the way. Your wish is my command. Please follow me. Our destination is not far from the court of Fontaine. Oh, is it the place I found yesterday?
Look at that dude. Whoa, it looks so heavy and so hot and stuffy.
Actually, you can place mist flour wrapped in cloth inside to lower the temperature. As for the weight, we'll just put it underwater. There is no time to delay. Let's go, my friends.
Oh, it absolutely is the place I found yesterday.
But I should change teams. I really don't feel like reading it on time, like... It's definitely this cave I found yesterday. Oh, is that a key? Information and clues regarding the forum. Absolute? Maybe, most definitely. Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't think there'd be an underwater ruin like this, would you, Paimon? Hey yo! Thank you, little crab. Without you, I wouldn't have looked here. Oh, come on. I broke this yesterday. Let's keep going. Yeah, I was literally here yesterday breaking through these. Let's see, my man. Do you have a key? No. Well, hello then. Oh, I should be there. Okay, gotcha. I just thought I had to, explore. So I'm exploring. Oh, the key. Alright, they drop things that I wanted. There we go. So now we have the key. I should have found it yesterday. Ah, sick. We can finally explore proper. Whoa. Got a hydro crystal fly out of that deal. Ah, more stingrays. Oh, Naculus! Seriously, a second one? Where are you, bitch? Shoot me. Come on. Hit me. Hit me. Now, why is the a mecha from Sumeru here? Oh, more crystal flies. Never know to crystal flies. Okay, to open the window. It's been closed for long enough. Heyo. Mora, Mora, Mora. Mora, Mora, Mora. Do you think Sumeru attacked this place? Or do you think the gods paid Sumeru to attack this place? Oh, sick. There's just one in the middle over there. Will you move? Fontaine also researched some stuff. Yeah, they were clearly researching this bitch. Look at that, it's straight up technology from Sumeru. But bruh, this must have been a beautiful library. We have to look for another. Let's look for other ways around. Oh, an entire pocket of air. Honestly speaking, I don't feel. Renee and Jacob. Anne. No progress. We went out with Anne under the watchful eye of my adoptive father to look for inspiration at sites where battle took place. Ran into Renee and Jacob. Research prime energy machines. My assistant still isn't back. I've got to pay a visit. Found Renee and Jacob at Jacob's adoptive father with my own adoptive father's help. Research prime energy machine. Renee and Jacob joined the institute. They've been assigned to my project. Took the day off. Assistants took the day off. Went to visit. An idea. A virtual neural network based on the vast quantity of thinking units instead of logic trees. A camera? Visit, visit, visit. They said a bigger lab has been prepared for the kinematic experiments, but I've decided to not move forward. Been urged to move the lab several times, but if the lab is moved, my assistants might not be able to find it. A pain. Moved my lab. Huh. How will we open the door and proceed forward?
Oh, so this is the forum we were talking about. There are so many books everywhere. They must really have been dedicated to studying and conducting research. Palm would never have guessed that they were a secret society plotting to overthrow a government of Fontaine.
As they say, and the saying goes here, Paimon, knowledge is power. This is especially true for the forum. You should understand that with great knowledge comes great power, and once great power is yours to command, there will only be one path left for you.
Paimon doesn't think that logic really holds water, but you're the local, not Paimon, so Paimon trusts you. They seem to have been researching something amazing though, and we've already seen plenty of stuff that obviously isn't from here on the way.
Well, knowing their extensive resource, it couldn't have been too hard for them to get their hands on these kinds of things. After all, this is the fabulous, wealthy, ludicrous forum we're talking about.
But we've also explored a lot of domains and seen more than our fair share of cool things during adventures.
Is that so? I presume that you've also found a lot of treasures? How fascinating. I mean, what a terrific achievement. I expected nothing less from the two of you.
It's too bad that this place is completely flooded. It really feels like a lot happened here and they made a lot of important discoveries.
The water levels of fontaines have risen before, and according to the folks at the Fontaine Research Institute, they will rise again in the future. Perhaps one day all of Fontaine will disappear beneath the waves.
What? That'd be terrible. All the delicious food drowned and lost forever. Anyway, let's hope nothing like that will happen in the future.
The future? Who cares about that? I'll be dead long before then, so why should I worry about the people alive then? What do the people in Fontaine of the future have to do with me? I would pay my respects to my family and friends. After all, they raised me, and have done many things for me. But have the people of the future done anything for me? For you, for me? So what do we owe them? Isn't that right? Huh. That might have I might have said about the issue of flooding, if I lacked both patriotism and sense of civic responsibility. Pretty unbearable. Anyway, sorry for digressing. There should be a way to open the door below. Let's take a look around. I think Virgil may be a little bit of a bad guy. Boom, we go. And away we go. Now, forgive me for asking this out of the blue, but did either of you ever run into anyone who was looking for me? Or just anyone else about our encounter?
Paimon doesn't think so. What's wrong, don't you do own some marathon of Mora?
No, of course not. It just occurred to me that I should let you know that there are many greedy goons who are also after the Lycaris Forum's secret treasure. They're very different from us. They're willing to do anything to achieve their goals, so I've always refused to work with them. As I know the most about the treasure whereabouts, they have me in their sights. I don't believe you. I've spent a long time hiding from their prying eyes and looking for partners I can trust. It is my luck to have finally met you two, my dearest friends.
So that's what's going on.
You barely know us. In any case, I'm just relieved to hear that you never told anyone else about me. We met and we came here. When would I tell someone about you? I just know I picked the right people to be my partners. Only your best friend can be relied on to keep your secret.
Yep. Don't worry, Virgil. We won't tell anyone else about you.
I have complete confidence you'll never tell any others all about me. Let's go. The treasure's waiting for us.
Yep. Here we come, treasure.
I think that Virgil wants to kill us. Are you going to attack me? If not, I will just leave. Whatever that was. Oh, this bitch needs to be hit twice at the same time. Let's go.
A reward on the road. Stand with me. Water jet! Bombs away! Zip on up! Cue the spotlight! Over here! Don't blink! Go!
Okay. Good heavens, Brett, you certainly have the way with these mechas.
Phew. We must be getting close to the treasure. After all, we've already run into the gods.
Though Fontaine's achievements are as numerous and dazzling as the stars in the sky, the Clockwork mechas are undoubtedly the most exquisite of them all. Though perhaps I shouldn't overpraise one of the most exquisite. Uh, you must have traveled via Aquabus when you visited the court, correct? Tell me, you've seen the intricate steamboat as well? In Fontaine, even the blacksmith is done by mecha. Why, the Maison Gardinier didn't even have to lift a finger to beat me up. They just sent out some Gardamex. It hurt so much there was no choice but to submit. Beat you up? I mean, beat up the bad guys. Why would they ever beat me up? Mecha really so advanced, then surely the people in Fontaine don't need to do anything for themselves anymore, and can just leave everything to the machines. That's a good one, my dear friend. You're just adorable. It's a lot cheaper to hire a human than buy a clockwork mecha. Or to put it another way, no one and nothing can infringe on a Fontaine citizen's right to work. Show him that trick of yours again.
Beep. Construct. Beep.
Cross-eyed. How fascinating. In any case, I thought everyone would agree that humans and machines are not the same.
Though all the places we've been have their own charm too. It's not like Fontaine is just better than everywhere else, right?
My friend, surely you cannot be serious. How can there be any place in Taven that's better than Fontaine?
Ah, Pam was just trying to say that other places are also really special too. Virgil, have you ever set foot outside of Fontaine?
My dear Spymon, you should know that there is an old saying in Fontaine. All waters lead to Fontaine. It's not the people of Fontaine who should go out and see the world, but all the world who should come and witness Fontaine's glory. Don't get it backwards.
Do people really say that?
Of course they do. Anyway, my friends, why don't we keep going? The treasure's still waiting for us deep inside these ruins. I wonder if there's anyone... God damn it. I wonder if there's anyone who comes in to view my stream and just hears me give Paimon the deepest voice I can. Well, maybe not the deepest, but a deep fucking voice. And it's just like what the fuck? Paimon doesn't sound like that. Or maybe they hear it and they think it's funny. I don't know. Who am I to say? I think it's funny. Ayo.
Not bad. Our bond is strong.
Oh. Well. Maybe this does a thing? It does. The game freaked out there for a second, but we got the...
Speed of light.
She'll do it.
Yeah.
I trust in bread.
I'll keep this close.
And as a matter of fact, I will go back and go. Go here. Oh, it's the same spot. Okay, gotcha. This is where I was. No. Why didn't she do the jumpy jump?
Our bond is strong.
Oh. Wait. Where is the coolest? I swear I can hear it. Ah, maybe it's over there. Yeah. 1 minute. Dogs!
This way. Let the magic begin. Nowhere to hide. Incoming. Hey! Our bond is strong. Don't blink. With sword comes shadow.
Bruh, that is such a cool move though. I don't care if she's considered strong or not, that's a cool move. I really don't feel like reading this. Drained conch cup. What if I set these two ablaze?
Next time, be sure to make.
Anything? Something? Nope. But it's on fire now. There is a light source.
Something's come up.
Oh,
Every little bit counts.
a ruin god. Hello, Mr. God.
Nowhere to hide. Out of my way. Surprise! Be amazed. Incoming. Water. With sword comes shadow. Don't blink. Go. Over here. Stand with me. Incoming. Water jet. Don't blink.
Well, that worked. Can you? Thank you. Some suspicious association, some suspicious group. Oh, fuck me, okay. According to my research, this should be the treasure vault of the forum. The riches we seek should be within.
Whoa, a treasure vault? Paimon thought the vault would be full of glittering golden mora as dazzling as the sun.
You should know, my dear friends, that just as the truly wealthy do not flaunt it in anything as shallow as appearance, real treasure.
Oh, Paimon knows what you say. What you're about to say. The real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
I was about to say that the real treasure is not so easily revealed. But you're also exactly right, Paimon. I have to say I could never come up with something so wise and philosophical. Regardless, the purpose of our expedition is to uncover the treasure the institution has hidden away for centuries. And I am convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that the treasure is hidden in this room. So let's hurry up and get to where to find it.
Are you sure? Paimon doesn't see anything in there beside a few broken room mechas.
Your words wound me, my friend. We are partners who are seeking the Institute's long-lost treasure together. Do you really doubt me? Forum or about that. Let's just say that different records refer to it differently. But my dear Brett, the name isn't the important thing. We should keep our eyes on the prize. What we are talking about isn't merely a matter of hundreds of thousands or even millions of more, but a vast secret trove of hundreds of thousands of millions sleeping within the vault.
Hundreds of thousands of millions of mora?
And there are other priceless items in the vault too, like there is the all-powerful Lyrical's holy sword, which can pierce through armor and destroy the soul itself. A magical item powerful beyond compare.
Whoa, Paimon had no idea. And is it all in that vault?
Precisely. And if you ask me, every moment that we spend bantering increases the risk of us being beaten to the treasure by all sorts of scrupulous ruffians who will stop at nothing to steal it. Let's just go. I'm not worried about it.
Paimon understands. You're worried the vault might be protected by some sort of mechanism, right? Yeah, there's always traps and well.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I won't let anyone through. Oh, and please let me know when you find the treasure. I must stab you myself, Virgil. Hello? A glass wall. Oh wow, it's the room. Oh, this is the room that the whatchamacallit, the live stream for 4.0 was made in. Yeah, this is the room that the live stream was made in. I'm very sorry. I made a terrible mistake. It was only during expedition that I realized that wasn't the former grounds of the forum, but rather the ruins of Institute of Natural Philosophy. There is no treasure here, but there are lots of experiments in machinery and energy. On machinery and energy. And now, my dearest friends, another experiment is about to begin. As for treasure, it will be wrong to say that there aren't any at all here. As seasoned adventurers, I'm sure you've accumulated quite a bit of mora and other precious items over the course of your journey. I'll return after the conclusion of the experiment to collect the treasures you are sure to leave behind. And don't you worry, my friends. I'll be sure to put them to good use.
Virgil, you lied to us.
I'm not surprised at all. So you knew and still decided to step into my trap? You're the kind of person I despise the most. So arrogant and disdainful. You blasted fools all treat me like idiots. Even a couple of foreign hillbillies. Whatever. According to the records here, the machine is a special lowering grader. No matter how good you are, even if you can handle ruin guards, you're still only made of flesh and bone. As to what makes it special, I'll leave you to find out on your own good time. Goodbye, my partners.
Brett, get ready.
It's just a roaring grader. We've gone through worse, Paimon. Fight and survive.
Lightning terrified.
Oh. Oh, dickhead.
Cue the spotlight. Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Hey. The bond is strong.
You fucked yourself up, my man.
Chip on us.
You're nothing but a story-based roaring grader.
Bombs away. With sword comes shadow. Speed of light. Stand with me. I'll settle this. Incoming.
It's getting up, isn't it? This one won't move, it's tiny. Why do the ones that not move are always tiny? Glass. Glass. Let me look for a mechanism to turn this thing off. There must be. Hey. No, not cool, not cool.
The bond is strong.
Is there not a mechanism that turns it off? Do I genuinely have to fight it just multiple times?
Dissipate. Be amazed. Water jet. Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Hey.
Can I? Wow.
Speed of light. Wipe out. With sword comes shadow. Don't blink. Stand with me.
Come on, do a thing.
Water jet. Our bond is strong. Speed of light. Hey. Out of my way.
Oh, break the glass wall. Okay. Clever, thank you, Paimon. Well, that's putting. Under the relentless assault of the raging water, the ring gate ceases to move. Sick. Oh, come on, there was a coolest. Yeah, Paimon, I'm mad too. Let's fuck Virgil up. Yeah, once we're out of here, we'll fucking Virgil up. Yeah. Oh. Wait, where the fuck are we? Okay. Oh. The thingy. Let's aim for it. Boom. Sick. Hell if I know, Paimon. Just keep swimming. You're right, Paimon. There is light. No, game. I don't care about a new quest. Where the fuck? Where the fuck is Virgil? First, I'm coming back there. There was a Culus I didn't get. Oh. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, the god. Raider is gone. So I can get my... I'm sorry? Oh. I'm sorry? We'll explode it in a second. Shoot me. Yeah, fuck it. Is there one for the other side too? Doesn't look like it. So. Let's read this again. Where? Oh. Wow, this looks pretty. Hey, that looks like... Huh. I'm guessing this is a clock. So let's move it to 6 o'clock. To nighttime? No, the bitch didn't move. Use the glass wall and an indecipherable book to discover the gathering place of old society. Okay. Huh. What's going on? We seem to be in a different place now, but where is this? Oh, Seymour! Searching. No data concerning this place has been found in my memory banks. So you haven't been here before either, huh? Affirmative. There is no need to worry, Miss Paimon. I am equipped with the most advanced optics from the Fontaine Institute of Natural Philosophy. Hey, isn't this place? I simply need to record this information in my storage unit and compare it with the previous data. The odds of this being are high.
Huh. Guess this must be the place we're looking for then. Do you remember anything useful upon arriving here, Seymour?
Negative. Newly recorded information is pending for analysis and organization. No effective conclusion possible at present.
Then, are we gonna have to wait for a long time until?
Affirmative. Rapid space collection starting. Total time required unknown. Interactive function will cease temporarily while this is ongoing.
Wait, hold on a second first.
Roger. Interrupting space collection process. What instructions, Miss Bird, Miss Paimon?
Come to think of it, we don't know a lot about you either, Seymour. We all know this is that your master isn't Mamara, but someone named Marianne.
Affirmative. Miss Marianne's my master. According to my standard deduction module, the odds of finding clues to as their whereabouts here are high.
We know, you said that before too, but it felt like there were some more basic questions we hadn't answered yet. Now seems like a good time, right? If you could tell us a bit more about yourself and Marianne, we might be able to better help you.
Of course, kind miss.
So, Brad, what would you like to ask?
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. First member of. In the context, assistant refers to Seymour. Oh. Wait, if that's who she is, wouldn't looking for official records help us find her faster? Rose and engine was not publicized. Additionally, the case she investigated has to do with Jesus, perform under the direction of, as such. You're breaking down again, aren't you? Regular record space collection can decrease the frequency of such issues effectively. Let's just ask a different question, shall we? Four indicate that the last record before meeting Miss Mamar was those of myself executing a specific process. This process was the capture of fugitive elements from Order. Miss Marianne was also executing this process. As her companion and guard, I followed her and grabbed mechanical noises into Elena's. There was encountered members of Ordo, including Jacob and Gold, a core member of said Ordo. So he was a member and Marianne was pursuing him. Affirmative. Okay, we figured that much out before. Well, guess there really was some relation there then. We should capture Jacob and question him. Yeah, we found notes about Jacob on the way here. Yeah, what's the last thing you remember? Yeah, the fears. We knew that. We knew that. You didn't stash any snacks away without your knowledge. Still got asking some more questions. You promised you'd explain, didn't you? There's no one to disturb us now, and Seymour, well, alright at that party, right? You tell Paimon and Seymour about the conversation you had previously with Elinas. That's the thing that happened. Paimon thought you'd get sick or something when you started saying all the weird stuff. It's good to know that you're fine. By the way, Seymour, leaving you here to perform your record collection wouldn't be a problem, would it? I do not detect any possible source of danger. Cool. Then detect your data, boy. We'll come back to pick you up tomorrow. Oh. A key. To some place in the institute. Like, bruh, this thing moved when I got here. I wonder if will this be another place that you need to get like 4 players to sit down? Neither.
Stand with me.
Oh, there was a door. There was a door, I remember. Alright, how am I setting on Colossus? 8. I need like 25. Okay, let's find Marianne. And so Seymour can be like, I fucking failed my mission. And give him a new mission. Be best friends with Mamare. This door wanted a key. Yup. Let's see, what do you have to offer for me here? Another door. Oh. Wait. Oh. What the f-
I'll keep this close.
Hmm. Shouldn't this have been... Because this is the Gug thing from the chasm. Find a more special subject. Bro, I have found so many enigmatic pages. Did I find all of them yet? Two, 4, 5. Whoa! Wait, isn't this... Yeah, it is. We've been here. Huh. There isn't something on the way that I missed, right? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, hello. Were you guys looking for Virgil? Won't you agree, my dear Luca? Who are you? Look at me, begin a conversation without even introducing myself. I'm Sonny, the one that they sometimes call the White Glove. My friend here is Luca, the fisherman. He's pretty famous in certain circles. Wink.
Hello, Paimon is...
It's most alright. I know that you're Paimon, and this blonde traveler is Bread.
You know us already?
But of course, it's just that before today my knowledge of you was much like my knowledge of Chief Justice. In other words, I knew of you but you did not know me. With your fame and accomplishments, it is only natural the news of your arrival would reach us soon as you stepped foot in Fontaine. Ah, you're too humble. How should I put it? To certain people, your arrival in Fontaine would be as if someone had just set off a bomb on the stage of Opera Epiclese. Of course, I mean this in only the most positive way. Don't you agree, my dear Luca?
But how can a bomb going off ever be a good thing?
I'm not very good with words. How would you put it, my dear Luca? Leaning in that magic show. Blasting everything wide open to accomplishing the impossible. Spine-tingling experience. Precisely! See, I would have never thought to put it like this.
If you say so. Why are you called the white glove though? Paimon doesn't see a glove on you at all.
Oh, now that's a hard question. How should I explain it? Imagine, if you will, that you're wearing a white glove. If something dirty were to get on your hand, then a dark mark would be left on the glove. My duty would be to find that dark mark and remove it from view.
So you're something like a cleaner?
Exactly, my dear Paimon. See, I was never able to succinctly summarize the nature of my work.
Ah, so people like you are the reason why the streets of the Court of Fontaine are always so well kept and tidy.
That's what I like to hear. Yes, you may understand it like that.
Okay, that makes sense to Paimon. But why would a cleaner need a knife?
You may think of it as a small tool for the trade that we bring out when there are marks that are particularly hard to remove.
Got it, thanks. So if your friend Luca here is Luca the fisherman because he's really good at fishing, that's only a part of the story.
That's only part of the story, I'm afraid. See, there are many kinds of fish in Fontaine as well. And Luca here is really experienced at teaching people to spend some quality time with all the different kinds of fish. Am I right, my dear Luca? Well, I have no comment. Oh my god, Paimon, take a fucking hint.
Paimon doesn't get it. If that's the case, then
I must say to Paimon that you've already got a knack for asking the most difficult and fascinating questions. It would be most wonderful if we could have a long conversation where I would be able to answer everything to your full satisfaction.
alright then. Sonny and Luca, is there anything you'd like to ask us?
You see, we are extremely intrigued by by the practice of diving. Fontaine's waters are full of priceless treasures, left by nature of our ancestors alike. We heard that you made a good friend recently and even went for a dive with him. Your powers were such that you didn't even need to use any diving equipment. Is that right, my dear Luca? Yes, we want to ask about Virgil.
Virgil, that liar and traitor. Just remember he makes Paimon mad.
I see. Thank you for telling us all of this.
You're welcome. Paimon hasn't forgot a single thing about that guy.
We are, of course, exceedingly grateful that you were willing to share the whole story with us. However, from my own perspective, I'm even more relieved that you did not consider Virgil to be a friend. If that had been the case, maybe I can put it like this. Had you seen him as a friend, things would have become quite awkward for the both of us. Isn't that right, my dear Luca? It could make things difficult. I agree. Thank you so much.
What are you talking about?
They're Virgil's enemies.
Ah,
Your words wound me, my lovely lady. I have many friends and not a single enemy. Virgil is just one of my many friends. And speaking of dear Virgil, I think it's about time that we have a serious talk with him. She'll understand what I mean, dear Bread. Of course, it's also that we can get back at him for what he's done to you. It's the least we can do for our honored guest, don't you think?
Paimon is lost.
Life can often become extremely boring when you understand everything in this world. Is that right, my lovely lady? We've already found a stronghold Virgil and the rest of his friends. Why don't we meet up there? Alright, then let's go.
Paimon wants to talk to Virgil too. He has to make a formal apology to us.
You're too kind. Then let's meet up at our destination. Dudes are lit. I'm assuming that these guys worked in the same quote unquote department as Marianne. Hey, his thing can't be in poison. Whoa, 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 whoa. God damn it. Guess I have to go this way. Oh, is it the pirate ship I found the other day? I think it must be the pirate ship I found the other day. Oh, would you look at that? It's the pirate ship I found the other day. And we have flowers. I need them flowers. Dear Paimon and my lovely lady, this is the stronger that the Virgil has been using as of late. I swear, why is Virgil not back yet? He's just gonna keep us waiting. I might not be able to hold myself back from the shipment of synth. Hey, cut it out. The shipment took us an arm and a leg to get. Virgil have no mercy for if we take it without his permission. What a pity. It would seem that my dear friend Virgil hasn't returned to the stronghold yet. We can still have a chat with these guys, however.
But it doesn't look like they're in a mood for a chat.
But I think they might change their minds soon enough. What do you think, my dear Luca? No problem.
Are you sure there'll be no problem? I don't think they'll be probably just trying to beat you up.
Oh no, you're too considerate, dear Paimon. Something like that would be most unfortunate indeed. For them, of course. I like this dude. Oh, fuck you.
Don't blink. I'll be fine. Cut to the chase. Speed of light.
Things freaked out for a second there, but we're better now. Yeah, I was here yesterday.
Water jet.
Oh, come on. It completely missed the dude.
Speed of light.
Sonny, mate, maybe get out.
Bombs away. Nowhere to hide. Incoming. Hey. Water jet.
Virgil. Oh, no, mate. I want to take care of you myself. First of all, I'll take your oranges.
Let the magic begin. Stand with me. Don't blink. Cut to the chase. Go.
Well, Virgil, you little shit. Please let me explain this. Oh, a misunderstanding. Mr. Son, you see, we only got into the business because we heard there was more to be made. And since the higher ups didn't agree, we figured we could just earn the money first and then turn all of the profits over. Yeah, that's exactly it.
He's totally ignoring Paimon.
I have no complaints against the organization. Not at all. Alright, I was also tricked by those crooks. That's the only reason that at all why I did something so foolish. Impressive, very impressive, Brett. You're every inch as strong as the stories have made you out to be. Don't you agree, my dear Luca?
Super strong. Incredibly formidable.
Please, if you still remember anything about the time we spent together, Mr. Sonny, Mr. Luca. Please, no. Luca, our guests are still here. Let's not do anything discourteous that might bring their mood down.
See the errors of your ways now, Virgil?
It was my fault. It was all my fault. Please have mercy.
Okay, at least you admitted that you have done something wrong. Now make sure you won't do it again.
My dear Virgil my dear Virgil would never do something like that again. Paimon bread, I can promise you that on the honor of Sonny the White Glove, as well as that of my father and son. Let's go, Paimon.
Thank you so much, Sonny and Luca. Seems that there are more good than bad people in Fontaine after all.
Farewell, dear Paimon, and my lovely lady. I hope that there will come a day when we'll be able to work together again. Well, Virgil, I think Luca will teach you why he's called the fisherman. I really don't need to come back here. So, Bond of Life will absorb healing effects that characters receive. This will prevent them from recovering HP. After this character is healed for an amount equal to the Bond of Life, the bond can be cleared. When a character is granted another Bond of Life, the healing requirement to clear the Bond of Life will also stack. The Bond of Life has a very long duration if not actively cancelled or removed by status of the seven. Bruh. Genuinely just... Bruh. Oh yeah, this is the... Oh, I can teleport straight to it. That's cute. That's a world quest. Okay. Well, we'll just go here. Ooh. Go to quest. You guys know what I want to do? I kinda want to go to the water park again. I genuinely do. Like, I really do. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. I have returned. I have returned. Oh. Have a friendly chat with Virgil. I won't lie to you, from personal experience, I've already learned. Don't ask too many fucking questions from someone like Sonny. Yeah, let's do your thing. Let's do your thing. Your thing makes me want to go back to the water park, so let's go. Oh my god, okay. But yeah, your thing makes me want to go back to the water park. I'm mad at you for it. Bubbles that give speed, good. Purple things with spikes, bad. I got it. Really wasn't that hard to get. You didn't need 3 pages to explain that. Oh, my beloved tornado of fish. I love the fact you can disrupt it for a bit. Oh my god, how long is this? But again, I wanna go swimming. This makes me want to go swimming. Now, is this one above me? Yes. Yes, it was. Oh, come on. Cool. Got the thing. And before I forget... Okay. Oh. Lovely.
I'll keep this close.
That makes some things easier. And the second one. Let's go. Let's go to it. Oi. Who the fuck are you? Oh, that's Leonore. A journalist. This megafish are Clockwork mechanics machines created by the Fontaine Research Institute. They're the ones ruining the water in the Court of Fontaine. Oh. This balanced ecosystem where various fish and other creatures live together. Okay. Uh, honestly, girl, I can't just want to do the thing and I need to go poop. Press admission. A can of fry. I'll do this later, honestly, on my own. Kinda wanna put these on record of how awesome I am. Oh, that's why I needed to do it. Fair enough. You need the path unlocked. That's why you needed me to do the line. Whee. There's a lot of tiny ones around. Brother, you know who you're talking to? Woo. 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 I used to play Dexter's Laboratory on PlayStation 1. You don't know who you're talking to. On the rails. Oh, that was cool. That was fast. Let's see. Perfect. Events. Beautiful. Well, see this event back in 2 days, I guess. Well, that works out. Halfway there. Well, and you people, see you tomorrow.